The hotel corridor shimmered with golden lights, but for Ethan Miller, it was just another late night of mopping marble floors and collecting half-finished glasses from careless guests. He had worked in the same luxury hotel for 5 years, his hands roughened from labor, his back aching from double shifts. Every drop of sweat was a silent promise to his little daughter, Lily, the only person who made his exhausting life worth living. As the elevator chimed open, laughter echoed from the far end of the hallway, a group of wealthy executives spilling out after a corporate party. Among them, his boss, Amelia Hartman, the young CEO of the company that owned the hotel, stumbled, her heels clattering against the floor. She was elegant, beautiful, powerful, and completely intoxicated. The others laughed it off, taking out phones, ready to capture her humiliation for entertainment. Ethan froze, watching as Amelia swayed dangerously close to collapsing. Something in him refused to let it happen. In that instant, he didn't see a boss or a millionaire. He saw a human being about to be destroyed by a moment of weakness. Without thinking, he rushed forward, gently catching her before she fell. He guided her away from the flashing phones, down a quiet corridor, and into the safety of a private lounge. She mumbled incoherently, tears mixing with smeared makeup, pain flickering behind her drunken eyes. Ethan quietly fetched water, covered her with his jacket, and sat nearby until she fell asleep. He could have left. He could have ignored it. But kindness was a reflex he never had to force. Sparkles, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and doing the right thing even when no one is watching, please take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us tell more stories that remind the world that humanity still exists. Sparkles when the sun rose. Ethan was back in his uniform, cleaning the lobby as if nothing had happened. He didn't expect anyone to notice, let alone thank him. That's just how life was for him. People like Amelia existed in the clouds, while men like Ethan kept the floors shining below them. But when Amelia appeared later that morning, dressed sharply in a gray suit, her eyes searching the lobby with unusual intensity, he instinctively avoided her gaze. Yet she walked straight toward him. The memory of last night had returned, and with it, a flood of emotion. She remembered his calm voice, the way he shielded her from embarrassment, the quiet strength in his eyes. She thanked him softly, her voice trembling, and for a moment, the barrier of class and power dissolved. Amelia had everything money could buy. Yet that morning, she realized how empty her world truly was. Her success came at the cost of loneliness and a reputation for being cold and untouchable. Ethan, on the other hand, had nothing material, but everything she longed for: sincerity, humility, and heart. Over the next few days, she found excuses to see him, often lingering in the lobby just to talk. She learned about his life, the wife he had lost to illness, the nights he spent reading stories to his daughter, the dreams he buried beneath the weight of responsibility. He never once asked for pity or favors. Instead, he spoke with quiet dignity, grateful just to have work that allowed him to care for his little girl. Behind her confident exterior, Amelia felt something shift. She started seeing the world through his eyes, how invisible people like him were, yet how essential. When she watched him interact with guests, always patient, always kind, she realized the true meaning of leadership. It wasn't about commanding respect, it was about earning it through empathy. She began visiting the lower floors more often, greeting the janitors, kitchen staff, and bellboys, something no CEO had ever done. Rumors spread that the Ice Queen was changing, but no one knew why. One evening, as the hotel prepared for a grand charity gala, Ethan found himself working late again. He was polishing the marble floor near the ballroom when Amelia approached him, dressed in an elegant black gown. The glow of chandeliers reflected softly in her eyes. She thanked him again for that night and told him that his small act of kindness had changed her outlook on life. Then, to his utter disbelief, she told him she wanted to promote him, not as charity, but because she saw potential in him. She had discovered that he once studied business before dropping out to raise his daughter. Amelia offered to sponsor his education and help him finish his degree. Ethan was speechless. He tried to refuse, insisting he hadn't done anything special. But Amelia smiled gently and said, "You did everything that mattered. You reminded me that humanity still exists." That night, Ethan went home with tears in his eyes. Lily was already asleep, clutching the worn-out teddy bear he had bought from a thrift shop years ago. He sat by her bed, whispering a prayer of gratitude. He had always taught his daughter that kindness was never wasted, but now, he finally saw the proof. Over the following months, his life began to change in ways he never imagined. Amelia kept her promise. She arranged flexible work hours so he could study, ensured his tuition was paid, and even helped him get a small apartment closer to Lily's school. But more than anything, she treated him with genuine respect, a rarity in his world. As seasons changed, so did the bond between them. What began as gratitude slowly turned into friendship, and then into something deeper, something unspoken but undeniable. They understood each other's loneliness. Amelia admired his strength, his simplicity, his unwavering moral compass. Ethan, though hesitant, couldn't ignore how her presence brought warmth to his life again. Yet he never crossed any lines, believing that their worlds were too different. Still, fate has its own ways of connecting hearts that deserve each other. One winter evening, Amelia invited Ethan and Lily to the hotel's Christmas event, a gathering she personally organized for all employees and their families. For the first time, the janitors, servers, and receptionists sat beside managers and executives as equals. Amelia gave a heartfelt speech, crediting a humble man who reminded her what leadership truly means. She didn't mention his name, but when she looked at Ethan, everyone followed her gaze and applauded. Ethan's eyes glistened as Lily hugged him tightly, whispering, "Daddy, they're clapping for you." It was the proudest moment of his life, but what touched him most came afterward. Amelia quietly told him that she had launched a scholarship fund for single parents in honor of his story. She wanted to give others the same chance she gave him. Ethan couldn't find the words. His voice broke as he simply said, "Thank you." In that moment, they both understood something profound. Sometimes, the smallest act of compassion can ripple across lives in ways neither could have predicted. The following year, Ethan completed his business degree and was promoted to operations manager of the same hotel where he once mopped floors. On his first day in his new office, Amelia left a note on his desk, "For the man who saved me, not just that night, but from becoming someone I never wanted to be." He smiled through tears, realizing that both their lives had come full circle. Kindness had not only lifted him, it had healed her too. As the years went on, their friendship deepened, and though unspoken, love quietly bloomed between them. It wasn't born of grand gestures or luxury, but of shared respect, trust, and gratitude. Ethan often told Lily that the world rewards good hearts in unexpected ways, and when she grew up, she would smile knowingly, having witnessed that truth herself. And so, in a world obsessed with status and power, a humble janitor's act of decency became a story of redemption, second chances, and the quiet strength of doing what's right when no one is watching.